But our lead story tonight is it's that time of year and Rahul Gandhi is once again away from the country. This time reportedly in Langkawi, an idyllic island off the Malaysian coast. And the familiar political storm has begun even as Rahul Gandhi chills abroad. The BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress party's principal rivals, have pounced, accusing Rahul Gandhi of being an absentee politician who disappears when the Punjab floods are at their peak, an entitled dynast who needs luxury downtime after a few days of hard politics on the streets of Bihar, and an unserious leader of the opposition who seems to validate every charge that he's not built for the grind of public life. Now, the optics are hard to ignore after a high-energy event like the Vote Adhikar campaign in Bihar and the devastation of floods in Punjab, a state the Congress ruled handsomely, remember, for decades. Rahul Gandhi's sudden scooter rides along the Malaysian coast are an easy contrast for his rivals to weaponize. Rahul Gandhi's defenders push back, as they always have, arguing that Rahul refuses to subscribe to Narendra Modi's relentless 24/7 routine, that he represents a new political culture where leaders can take time off, live balanced lives, and show that politics doesn't have to be all-consuming. They argue that this is modern, even aspirational, and will appeal to a young electorate that doesn't want its leaders to burn out on the job. I personally find myself conflicted on this tonight. In principle, everyone, politicians included, or maybe politicians especially, deserve downtime. Indian politics could use a little humanity and maybe a slower clock. But Rahul Gandhi's own track record makes this just a little tricky. With 2 decades of being mocked as a reluctant politician, flexing the freedom to vacation abroad every time the heat builds up is a risky message to send out, especially in election season. Forget voters. What about the Congress rank and file? After pouring their energy into a campaign, what do they make of their generals slipping away to a resort island instead of leading the next charge? Rahul's inner circle likely believes these trips are a signal of defiance, a way to say he won't bend to the expectations set by a workaholic Prime Minister who, by the way, heads to flood-hit Punjab tomorrow. But in the process, he keeps supplying oxygen to the perception that he's not fully in the fight. If politics is about narrative, Rahul Gandhi remains the single biggest contributor to the narrative that has haunted him now doggedly for 20 years. That he is here on his own terms occasionally and between flights. Like I said, this is a debate with 2 sides to it. On the one side, there is an entire army that says, well, this is the new world. This is how politicians in the rest of the world live. Everyone has downtime. Everyone has a private life, and they are not judged on that basis. They are only judged by their work. But the others will say, well, look at Rahul Gandhi's work. He has led the Congress to its most abysmal low in history. He has lost tens of elections over the decades. He has led the Congress to a historic situation where it is simply unable to fight for itself, and it remains a party that is in tatters at this point of time, some would say. So how can the two actually be reconciled? Let's go across now to talk about this for a second, because Rahul Gandhi isn't just a leader of the Congress, isn't just a member of parliament. He's also leader of the opposition and therefore represents a larger front against the government at a time when questions should undoubtedly be asked. Anand, Ranganathan, scientist and author and commentator. Sanjay Jha, political analyst and lapsed congressman. Priyanka, Kakkar is spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party separately have been taking pot shots at Rahul Gandhi over this particular vacation. Anand, you've heard my opening words. What would you say about this latest trip by Rahul Gandhi? It comes after, what was a high-octane, motorcycle campaign across Bihar. Like it or not like it, the fact is people were talking about it. It did have some resonance. And then off Rahul goes to Langkawi.
Good evening, Shiv, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Perhaps if I can begin by slightly correcting you, I don't think Sanjay is a lapsed congressman. I think he's a suspended congressman. He still believes that he is a congressman, even though the Congress party, I hope, resurrects Sanjay because he's an asset to them. Couple of points out here. Number one, I don't think Rahul Gandhi's body needs rest. It is the is the brain. What do I mean by that? I have absolutely no, opposition to any politician taking as many vacations as he or she wants, because I firmly believe that the purpose of a politician is to gauge what the public wants and then to formulate a policy and implement that policy. What do I mean by that? For example, you can have a politician drive a tractor or a plow a field as much as he or she wants, and then the optics would be fantastic. Look, he's working hard, he's not vacationing. But the fact of the matter is, our policies, agricultural policies, are so against this sector and farmers. No matter how many tractors you drive, the farmers are still going to remain poor because the farm laws have not been implemented. So the very people who promised those farm laws, Rahul Gandhi being one in the Congress 2019 election manifesto, to have do away with APMCs, to do away with to the Essential Commodities Act emergency provision, and to have contract farming, all three were promised by him. And it's irrelevant to me whether he was plowing fields or driving tractors. But the fact is, the moment they were implemented by Modi, he took a U-turn. So what matters is the policies you formulate. For example, out here now you can have an optics of a politician, as you had Mr. Shivraj Chauhan, touring the flood-affected areas. You have many politicians doing that. And Rahul Gandhi is getting brickbats because he's not doing it. For me, it's irrelevant because the floods have been caused by non-implementation of river linking, of not having proper dams. So the politicians are at fault not by not touring the areas or not spending time amongst people. The politicians are at fault, according to me, by having terrible policies or taking a U-turn on the policies that they promise for the people.
Yeah.
And to give Rahul the benefit of the doubt, I think he's worked hard. I mean, in the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the Bihar Yatra, so he can tour as much as he wants. Unfortunately, his policies are so anti-people, anti-India, that it doesn't matter. The optics will always be like that.
Sanjay, the optics are bad because there is nothing to support it. Anand argues that if the policies were strong, if the track record was strong, if there was consistency as far as political action was concerned, then he could have taken any vacation he wanted. But amidst a lack of that, these vacations are just 100% ammunition to the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. And that's why they've been attacking him again. Sanjay.
Hi, good evening, Shiv, and to both the AAP representative and my friend Anand. Let me put all this speculation on my relationship with the Congress to rest by giving you a very forthright statement on where it is. Congress and I are married. We just live in two separate bedrooms, which I believe is even good for intimacy. So I think I would like to kind of scotch all rumors to the contrary right here. But in all seriousness, let's get down to your question. I think Rahul's entire Vote Adhikar campaign, I believe, is a turning point in Indian politics. Ever since he did that press conference in Bengaluru, and he's done it with data, he's put out scientific facts, he's challenged the election commission, and I think that's caught the imagination of the people, not just in Bihar.
But then why give the BJP this full toss then, Sanjay? Why give the BJP this full toss?
Yeah, so let me answer you. You see, the Bharatiya Janata Party is a kind of a party. Listen, I've been in debates with them for years now. You don't have to give them a reason. If you don't give them a reason, they'll manufacture one. So I wouldn't waste my time worrying about what the BJP says. I'll pose it a little differently. I mean, I remember Mr. Modi, as the Prime Minister of this country, returned from, I think, Saudi Arabia after the horrific Pahalgam terror attack happened. And then he was campaigning in Bihar. To my mind, that is duplicitous. That is immoral. That is unethical for any politician. Forget, he's the Prime Minister of the country. Rahul is not duplicitous at all. And I think, as somebody who's been in both the corporate and the political side, I can tell you one thing, Shiv. Take it from me. Jack Ma and Narayan Murthy, with due respects to them, they have become the most popular memes of our time by talking about this whole burnout as the only way to succeed. Now, Narendra Modi, I don't know, people say he works 25 hours a day, good luck to him. No problem. Each one of us is unique, and, we all have our own way of functioning. I'll give you my own example. I mean, one of the reasons why I would never, no matter how, if I were to become X position in politics tomorrow, I will still find time to do the things that are important to me, because they help me become better at my work. They help me become better at my work.
Obviously, what you're saying is very sensible, but what is also unique is a string of electoral defeats. It's a question of stopping and starting. It's a question of consistency. It's a question of momentum. If it was a string of victories behind him, sure, something like this could be justified, because this is not just a matter of principle. It's also a matter of perception. It's also a matter of keeping the rank and file energized and keeping the momentum up. Priyanka, your party, the Aam Aadmi Party, some leaders. Yes, I'll come back to you, Sanjay. Some leaders have also attacked Rahul Gandhi and said, the Punjab floods are taking place. Rahul Gandhi is not here. He's vacationing abroad. Why did you say that? Why can't he get the time off?
Well, right now, Shiv, the entire North India is grappling with unprecedented floods, and he is the Neta Pratipaksh. He is the biggest face of Congress. He is ruling. They are the ruling government in Himachal. They are the opposition in Punjab, and yet he is missing. Same is the case for the Pradhan Mantri Modi. Although you mentioned that he is coming to Punjab tomorrow, that will perhaps again be an aerial view, like Shivraj Chauhan ji came. It was an aerial view. There was no support. They have time to send support to Afghanistan, but not to Punjab. And because Rahul Gandhi has no time for Punjab, I don't want to waste another breath on Rahul Gandhi on this show. I want to apprise your viewers what is happening currently in Punjab. 3 lakh acres of farmland, with the paddy fields are currently submerged in water. They were all ready for harvest.
Priyanka, we are talking about Rahul Gandhi today. The debate is about Rahul Gandhi. The other details we already have covered on our channel.
I know, but I agree, Shiv. I will come to Rahul Gandhi. I am mentioning this because I want to, when Pradhan Mantri Modi comes tomorrow, he doesn't just come for optics and aerial view of the flood devastation. I want him to come with the 60,000 crore that he owes to Punjab. Because currently, sure, I definitely, please ensure that you come back to me on what the Aam Aadmi Party government has done for Punjab without any assistance from the centre, and what is expected from the centre when they come tomorrow.
Does this have I understand what you're saying. You are making a larger point, but my point is limited, and this is not a frivolous debate by any stretch. Let's be very clear. Rahul Gandhi is leader of the opposition. He is the leader. He is the de facto leader of the second largest party in the country. He is seen as the leader of the India bloc as well. Anand, this is not a joke. This is not a frivolous debate. The fact is, Rahul Gandhi being away radiates a message to the larger India bloc about whether he is really serious about leading the charge. Sure, we are far away from the next general election, but there are many important elections to lead into in 2026 as well.
Couple of things out here, Shiv. First of all, what Sanjay said about the Bihar campaign that was led by Rahul Gandhi. I agree. It was a tireless campaign, and good luck to Rahul. But the fact of the matter is that the entire campaign in Bihar was kick-started by his press conference in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
And the whole charge was against the Election Commission. Each one of those charges turned out to be wrong, lies, and frivolous. Each one of those. That's why I say, I don't mind Rahul vacationing. But the fact is, what is it that he's saying? If that is a pack of lies, it doesn't matter whether he stays for optics or goes to a vacation and the optics are bad. It doesn't matter to me. Likewise, I asked Priyanka, now, she is being sarcastic or taunting people who are doing aerial surveys. I agree with her. But then I ask her, yes, there is no point doing aerial surveys. There's no point doing surveys if you know the reality on the ground. And the reality on the ground is that, yes, of course, a large proportion of blame for the Punjab floods is, of course, caused by atypical monsoon and glacier melting. But the fact of the matter is there is acute mismanagement of reservoirs. There is acute mismanagement of dam closing and opening. So, Priyanka ji, the fact remains that, let me just finish. And, please, I didn't interrupt you. The fact remains that politicians from AAP or some other party can go around, knee deep in water, and that optics and that videos, clips would go viral. But the fact is they are to blame because they mismanaged it in the first place. I personally left to me, I'd much rather they be vacationing and there are no floods in Punjab.
Priyanka, quick answer. I'll end with Anand then. Quick answer.
Yes. See, Anandji is able to name Aam Aadmi Party, but he is not able to name other politicians, and we know why. And he should, since he is very learned, you should ask him who manages the dams, and he should also see how much water was this time, coupled with heavy monsoons, of course, how much water was released from the dams and why did that happen? Maybe perhaps he should answer that too. Coming to Rahul Gandhi, I think he should now understand that, you know, there is a government, BJP is a government which is 24/7 about optics, about elections, about they have, we know that they have police under their control, they have ECI under their control, they have ED, CBI under their control. You're fighting such a machinery. You cannot be absent at such a important time when entire North India is grappling under such massive floods. And I would want you to please go back to Anand ji and ask him, वो दूसरी पार्टी का नाम लेने से इतना घबरा क्यों रहे हैं? Since he mentioned
Anand has no problem with that.
He should also mention the mismanagement of who manages the dams.
But Anand has no problem with that. Anand, do you have a problem with naming parties?
Who manages the dams, Anand ji, in this country?
Now, 1 second. Now, this is the problem, you know, victimhood. I did not blame any AAP. It was politicians across the board. In fact, I began with saying Priyanka ji is talking about aerial surveys and the Prime Minister doing it, and fair enough, she's right. I think there was some audio problem. She could not hear what I was saying, and hence her victimhood.
Sanjay, I'll end with you. I'm almost out of time. Sanjay, I'll end with you. But
there
you know,
is no victimhood. I am
this
demanding
discussion
the
has gone
60,000 that
into
is
what's
owed
going
to
to
the
happen
state.
during the aerial survey tomorrow. But it ended with, it started with Rahul Gandhi. It's a big party. There is a big fight and a big season ahead. You've been someone who has talked tough to the leadership in the Congress party, and you actually kind of paid a price for that as well. I'm asking very candidly, do these breaks, do these, does this downtime, which I personally would like to see normalized just as you do, does it really enthuse the rank and file? Do they see it as an act of defiance, or does it, kill momentum and kind of kill morale?
Shiv, let me tell you, I think Rahul Gandhi is being very transparent, and that's the way to be. AAP's allegations are pathetic, puerile, pedestrian, and preposterous. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because at the end of the day, Shiv, it's not about the fact that whether you are there 24/7 or 23/7. It's about your intent. It's about your commitment. It's about your passion. It's not about some performative display of political commitment. It's about what you genuinely do. So I'll give you an example. I'd rather have a politician who takes a break, because work-life balance, by the way, in my opinion, applies more to politicians than the corporate world, because my experience of politics is they work 24/7 anyways. I mean, it's an abnormal life if you're not going to take a break to rejuvenate yourself. And I'd rather have a man who takes an occasional break but fights for the people of India, as opposed to somebody who may be a hate monger or, a corrupt man. And Aam Aadmi Party should recognize, don't be so individual centric. Run as a political party. There are faces in Punjab. There are people within the Congress who are not just Rahul Gandhi. There is a Mr. Kharge, etc. Respect them, for heaven's sake.
The only look, we always have these debates. We talk about perception, we talk about narrative. Ultimately, the barometer is going to be the Bihar election that comes up, the elections that come up. It's important to note that Rahul Gandhi has been questioning the very barometer itself through his Vote Adhikari campaign. But in the middle of that, he goes off on a vacation. What message does that send? I will still say, in principle, I completely support downtime. Time for yourself, optics. I stand with Anand on that view as well. It should happen. But when the house is burning, is it really a time to flex the freedom for a vacation? I wonder what the answer to that is. Thanks very much, Sanjay, Priyanka, and Anand for being with me.